Be patient with the time.
Okay, our next speaker is Juan Miguel Peña from the Autonomous University of Mexico. He will be speaking on the role of academic and research libraries from Latin America to implementation of open science and research data management, analysis and model proposal. Juan Miguel?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for attendance this session. I thank you for in this place and amazing country. I talk about emerging topic for our study field. It's about the role of academic and research libraries from Latin America to implement open science and analysis and proposal on functions. The agenda is brief introduction, 1, open science, 2, methodology and findings, and 3, proposals of model library function to open science implementation. As introduction, we have at global levels, governments, higher education institutions, and universities having their international agendas implement and development collaborative strategies to maximize open science to research outputs financed with public funds. Open science require useful infrastructure, legal, technical, and technological. Also, for open science is relevant the functions of actors such as libraries. In this regard, aim of this study is identify which countries from Latin America have developed open science actions and based on funding retrieved proposal and model of functional libraries to implement this movement. The first part is about the open science, which has main principles, expand actions of access, collaboration, management, and reproducibility of research outputs financed with public funds. Some backgrounds about the open science are a Universal Declaration of Human Rights, raised in 1948, the Gennaro in 1977 raised the subscription crisis. Then 2002 and 2003 were proclaimed the three B's of open access. And 2014, Berkeley and Physics raised the beginning the second scientific revolutions. And in 2021, UNESCO published the recommendation on open science. The open science concept current is provided by UNESCO, in which highlight some factors about movements such as human rights, merging of movements and practices, and key pillars such as open access, open collaboration, open licenses, among others. The open science taxonomy is diverse, and this figure shows a merging of these actions and movements. For purpose of this study, is identified that some factors such as globalization, economy, infrastructure, open access, open evaluations, strengthening open science. Also, it is well identified that some factors such as distribution, circulations, and access are linked with open science values. The open science values have a main axis. Crystallize 27 article about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It means crystallize that society's benefits for the development, for products development from science and culture, such as research outputs. Some values is provided by UNESCO and are focused on equality and integrity, collective benefits, equity and fairness, diversity and inclusiveness. And also, member state of UNESCO has proposed some main principles so that guide the values, such as transparency, reproducibility, equity, accountability, collaboration, flexibility, and sustainability. These values are in academic communities have expressed their position in favor of the openness due to reinforce their interest to expand their research outputs to acknowledgement, to scientific and social impact, for fundings, among others. Theoretical proposals about the open science require being proven, no? And therefore, for purposes of this study, a trend to support such assumption are focused in research data management. Research data management was selected due to crystallize the principles, values, and factors for open science. No? RDM, or Research Data Management, is made up for 8 elements. Also, research data management are based in research cycle and a set of basic questions, such as what, who, and how. In this regard, research cycle, principal RDN elements, and basic questions are focuses in what types of data or research outputs will be organized, who will be responsibilities to performing these actions, and how will be organized on preservation the research outputs. Also, another element of research data management are actors, due to have a substantial role for management. In this figure, it's well identified that libraries are significant actors to open science, because these entities could be collaborates to curatorship, record their description of research outputs, monitor technology, advices to licensing, to intellectual property, and among others. Therefore, based in this linking, it raises that functions libraries are linked with RDM due to both activities have similarities and in objectives and processes. Second part of this study, its methodology and findings, would propose to seek and retrieve open science from Latin America countries based on variables defined. The methodology for this study was carried out with a mixed research, and were consulted the web portals of universities and libraries, the registry of open access repository mandates and policies, the Retrieve Data Repository, and Database Project. And the variables defined were regulation, actions, data repository, infrastructure, library collaboration, repositories in Data, and repositories in Database. The retrieve findings are those countries that have recorded their action in consulted resources. The general findings are shown in the figure, and in general, six countries from Latin America have carried out regulation about open science. 9 countries carry out actions about open science. 8 countries have implemented data repository. 8 countries use infrastructure to support such undertakings, and 7 countries have implemented library collaboration to open science actions, and 7 countries have their action recorded in a Retrieve Data and Database repository with a total of 73 research data repositories. Third part of this study is a proposal model of library functions to open science implementation, in which merge and function libraries and function on open science based on focus in research data management in LAI's approach. This figure shows the mirror the merging and the main four actions, library function, such as management and planning, collection development, information organization, and information services. And the main actions about the open science, such as planning, collect, regulation and responsibilities, selection, storage, metadata, and documentation, and share. For this proposal, the first part is about the management and planning, and academic collaboration could be about the regulation harmonization actions to support open science actions based in three main points. Take account legal guarantees developed by governments, higher educations, libraries. It is have as evidence the Sustainable Development Goal 16.10 and their indicator 16.10.2, which appointed that national laws guarantee the free access to information. The laboral rights, there are guarantees that indicates that some product that was developed in some institutions and the personnel that was financially remunerated by them, part of the owner rights of the products are it's for the organization. And the Creative Commons licenses, there are guarantees that choices and assigned to some product could be available used by third party. The date for open science actions, it's recommended implement or assign Creative Commons licenses 0 to they be fair. The second part of proposal is about collection development, and some criteria to take account for this function is selection linked with typology, quality, reliability, objectivity, date, functionality, and acquisition, such as linked with public funds, formal employment, institutional, open licenses. Also, another criteria to take account is about the file formats. And some suggested are they are open format, no proprietary. There are common files to file of knowledge in which they are be produced and used. That the content can be read as a plain text and considered long-term preservation. Third part of proposal is about information organization. For this study, it raises that information organization is a backbone for open science, with aim to research outputs be localized, identified, selected, accessed, and navigated. Also, another element closely linked with information organization to openness is fair principles. And for those, suggested that the research outputs be findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. Harmonization between information organization, openness, and fair principles have some trends, such as go from authority control to identity management. The collections go from inside out, update syntaxes, it means reduce use and ambiguous terms, and define metadata schemas. About the trends, at global level there are some metadata schemas for access and description of research outputs. On the slide shows three main schema metadata for research output, such as OpenAIRE. OpenAIRE is an instrument for Horizon 2020 program for recorded research outputs. It proposes 17 basic metadata for research outputs. The second schema is Research Data Alliance, promoted by a European Commission. And it proposes 17 basic metadata for research outputs based on syntax internal. It means focus in structure. And the third schema is Dublin core. It proposes 16 basic metadata for research outputs. Based on all before mentioned about the information organization, it raises that research output organization will create the right condition so that the exchange and reproducibility becoming a standard. And third part of this proposal is about information services, and some trends about this function is the foster that libraries go to being providers information, to go free, go to being collaboration, to sharing resources and learning processes, and participate to knowledge building cycle with their user communities. Strengthening that collection included research outputs go from inside out, that the fostered development and management for data repositories by libraries, develop scientific and competence skills and competences literacies, and develop management plans with advices of libraries to guarantee implement norms and standards. Finally, in this slide shows a proposal model with their elements before shared, and in which saw merging about the different library functions and library open science actions to aim or propose to the libraries being considered in openness actions. Conclusion, open science foster a paradigm shift. Open science are linked with the social values to benefits from products of science and culture. There are global debates on openness of science, and I have evidence values of inclusivity. And open science action from Latin America have the progress gradual with implementation requires harmonization of regulations, and due to lack of a path of participation of libraries in open science is equal to proposal model of library functions. And I think the more value conclusion is the libraries are laboratories for open science due to have the elements and they be considered in taxonomies at regional and global levels. Thank you for your attention.